Okay, now this right here I really got to get straight into because I can't take this. This should not be happening. Y'all will make any motherfucking body famous. I mean anybody. Like this is really so motherfucking sick. Gypsy Rose, I don't I know your story, okay? Your little reality shows and whatnot that you're on, I don't, I don't condone it. I don't watch them. Because, I'm not saying that you were not abused as a child, and I'm not saying that what happened to you, you deserved as a child. Nobody does. That's very fucking sick. Okay, I've heard your documentary of your life story, and I've seen the little series movie that Netflix did. And that's a fucked up situation to be in. It really is. And I totally understand that can destroy you emotionally. I was raised by a motherfucking narcissist on drugs, okay? I totally understand that could fuck you up emotionally and mentally and so many other things, and it fucked you up physically because you had to sit up there and you had to take medication that you didn't need, and that possibly could have took you the fuck out. Okay, I understand. So that's very twisted, and I understood your needing for wanting to snap. I don't know. It's possibly because of the different background that I grew up in. I don't have no understanding of you having your mother unalived. I would have just beat her ass. Cause I'm not saying your mother didn't deserve no type of punishment for what she did to you. I would have whooped her ass. And I would have called the police. Like, look, y'all coming and y'all gonna send CPS or because something got to give. I can't keep living with this bitch. I keep discovering new stuff about myself every day, and I'm discovering all this medication and behavior and shit that I got going on. It's not even necessary. And then my mother is out here scamming people for gifts and money and shit that we don't even need. Like, I'm not saying that your mother didn't have to pay for what she did wrong, but killing her was not the answer. And the fact that that's what you did, and even though you served your time for it, you served your time as far as the court of law on earth is concerned. Biblically, you got to reap what you sow, man. If you know that or not, you have to reap what you sow. You clearly are a fucked up individual, and we understand and we know why. I'm mad at these television networks because why the fuck are you famous? Why do you have television shows? Why are you marketing off of this shit? And it's getting sicker by the moment because when you watch her on these reality shows, it's like we are forgetting how the fuck she got famous and what she had done and how she got to this point in her life. Because other than that, you are just a regular screwed up individual. Like half of America walking around here just fucked up. And none of us have a TV show. Okay? You have quite a few. You came straight home out of prison. Well, before you got out of prison, they were documenting you on your way home and your welcoming home and all of this and down to your damn marriage and down to your fucking divorce and down to you getting a side nigga and down to you having a baby. And while we are on that topic of you having to reap what you sow, I don't know God's plans for other people. Hell, I barely know his plans for me in the near future. But what I do know about you reaping what you sow is that not only did you have a baby, but you had a little girl. You That baby may very well be your karma. If ain't nobody else gonna say it, if ain't nobody else gonna tell you this is why they call me shit talker, I'm gonna say what you motherfuckers thinking they don't want to say. A lot of y'all like me, you could care less. But the more that I watch these YouTubers and content creators, the more that I watch them review and preview uh um these reality TV shows, for whatever fucking reason, Gypsy Rose is popping up a lot. And it's like, how many shows have you like what do you have going on? You supposed to be on Love After Lockup, and then you had your own show about your life coming home, and you was on parole and being married and then having a side nigga and a baby. And you were a child when your mother got unalived, but you still helped plan that out to happen to your mother. And for people to not know that you are a vindictive, evil little witch, because you are, we just gonna call it what it is. You did not receive the healing and the help that you needed from start to finish. You possibly still haven't, because you now you're doing little slick shit that's crazy. So you divorced your ex-husband that people said look like your mama, and he do. I don't. That's a red flag in itself. And you divorced him, and you move on with what was your side dude that's allegedly supposed to be gay. So people think, according to some of his messages and DMs and Facebook posts and shit like that. and you have a baby with a gay man, and now you're in a relationship, and I'm assuming y'all engaged to be married eventually at some point. Whatever for that. It was you having that damn baby and sending pictures and messages of that baby by the new man to your ex-husband who lived 4 hours away from your location. If I was your ex and you sent me some shit like that, that probably would have sent me over the deep end because you're trying to be funny, bitch. And I don't understand why. Because I was the first when I held you down as soon as you came out of them motherfucking iron gates. I was the first. Everything you needed to get on your feet, even though your family was right there as well, is still all turned around on me. I did what you needed. Girl, it ain't no way I wouldn't have drove 4 hours to check you in your face and possibly want to put my hands on you. Cause that was foul as fuck. And you don't need nobody to tell you that what you did was foul right there. That was fucked up, Gypsy. You don't need nobody to tell you that. And then the man you had a baby with, ain't no way I wouldn't go off the deep end about you sending your ex pictures of my baby. What the fuck are you trying to do? What are you trying to do? I am so sorry, but I am so done with people victimizing your ass, Gypsy. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Ain't nobody gonna tell you the truth, and people need to start telling you the truth. You a wicked little bitch. You are. I'm peeping game. You are. You're wicked. You're a disgrace. You foul as fuck. You are. And people need to start telling you the motherfucking truth about yourself. Cause I don't know what bubble you done wrapped yourself in that ain't been popped or busted yet, but it needs to. Whatever air balloon you in, they need to pop that motherfucker. You need to come on back down. You need to come on back down. Cause this shouldn't happen. How many people have unalived somebody or multiple people and somehow, some way got to be paroled and come home and they don't have a television show about their life? Have you ever watched Snapped? She ain't the only motherfucker to go off and then off the deep end and do something to one of her parents. Why the fuck is it her that gets to be famous and have television shows? What is so interesting about anybody wanting to know anything about any more information about your sick, twisted ass life? Cause I can't work my way around. Like, girl, you killed or planned for your mother to be unalived. What the fuck is even this? Now you all over these television networks like TLC and shit with these multiple thousands of dollars, maybe even close to $1 million contracts and shit. I don't understand why you. And then with these shows like I don't this shit is not scripted when it comes to your reality shows for certain. Like more and more, I'm starting to see the sick individual that you are. It's making sense now. It's making sense now. Everybody around you need to watch their back. And I feel for that baby. I feel for that baby. I maybe I'm overreacting, but I'm nervous for that baby. I fear for that baby, and if you know, or Gypsy shit, possibly I fear for you because that child might be your karma. I don't know the ins and outs of your life. Nobody really does. That was between you, your family, and God. But the fact of the matter is, you unalived your mother that carried and birthed you. You did that, and that's forbidden. Thou should not kill. That I ain't saying she didn't. Like I said earlier, I ain't saying she didn't deserve no type of punishment. But you, baby, you really you took that off the deep end with that one. You really did. And if they let you go, I'm not understanding why the fuck they can't let the Menendez brothers go. And if you do let them go, can they get a television show? Cause how the fuck? Cause they parents allegedly did terrible stuff to them too, and they've been down for over 20 something years now. So can they go free? Can they get a television show? Because one of them is married. I would like to see how that marriage carries out and if they have children or something like that. Can they get a television show? Because I mean, if this is what we're doing, then we might as well be fair to everybody that done unalive their parents. Give them all a television show. Let's look into the depths of their life now, all these years later. And then to see how you behave on this show. First of all, show or not, what was done to you? How the hell does that not haunt you? You just walk around like this does not eat you alive. But then when other people want to broadcast it and mention the horrors that went on in the home you grew up in, you get an attitude about it as if you wasn't the fucking one that did it. Ain't you the reason we talking about it? Was that not your mother? Didn't you catch the charge for unaliving your mother? And when we want to bring it up and highlight what the hell went on in the case, you sit up here on social media and get upset and offended about it? Why the fuck didn't you keep your hands to yourself and we would have other things to talk about? We'd still be talking about the Menendez brothers if it wasn't for you. So having to deal with your bullshit, which I'm absolutely sick of, then fuck yes, I'm gonna scream free the Menendez brothers. Cause why? Why is it now all of a sudden that you just came out on top as the ultimate victim? Why is it just you? They older than you. They experienced what you experienced and then some before you. How the hell is it you the only one that get to come home and have a chance at a normal life, learning how to drive, getting married, becoming a parent, and oh my goodness, girl. But that shit just really threw me on behalf of your ex-husband. No, the fuck you did not send the side niggas baby pictures of his baby to your ex-husband. I would have cussed you the fuck out. That shit would have, girl. Ain't no way.